kind of low. Bring it down a bit. Hey everyone, it's me, Desiree Marie, and I am back. I'm back. There's so much I want to talk about in this video, so please just know it's going to be a long one. I tried my best to charge my camera as much as I could, charge my battery, because I know that I'll be talking for a long time. And yeah, I just want to be transparent. I want to show you guys another part of me. You know, I want to express myself to you because I consider you guys to be family. We not only are on a, you know, maybe a similar hair journey, but we're also connected as a people and as a people living in this generation right now. So I just wanted to come and just release, and in hopes that this video will be encouraging to someone else. Because this morning I went on my social media and I saw someone else post that they've been going through similar things that I have been going through, and I found that to be so encouraging. Not because she's going through, you know, I never like to hear anybody going through, but it encouraged me to know that I'm not by myself and that there's someone else kind of walking out a similar path, even though it's not exactly the same. So I want to give you guys updates. There's so many updates going on right now, and I just feel like the only way to really truly, you know, I've been you know, getting through it, but I feel like coming on camera and just really expressing myself is another form of therapy, especially if God allows me to encourage someone else as I encourage myself. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I just mentioned that Twinkie had passed. Twinkie is my dog, my puppy, my companion. She is, I tell you, and she passed, I believe, due to natural age, because she was very old, even though she looked very young. I've had her since my senior year of college, so I mean, I guess that kind of tells my age. She lived a long time. She's seen me through so much of my, you know, coming out of teenage years into adulthood. She's been there with me. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you know that I also had another dog named Ginger, and she and Ginger were like buddies. So Ginger had passed shortly after I had moved into my first apartment, and that was so rough for me, because, you know, I consider my pets to be my babies. I treat them like human beings, you know. I treat them like how I want them to feel. I want them to feel each and every day that there's someone who loves them, you know. And, you know, granted, my family, they are family pets, so my family always makes sure that they feel loved. But of course, they're living with me, and I want to provide a home that is nurturing and positive and healthy for them. Now, some people might be watching me like, girl, they're just pets. But to me, they are just so much more than that, you know. For Twinkie, she's been there through so much, you know. She's been there as I moved out of my mom's house into my first apartment, you know, all of the highs and lows that I experienced being on my own as a fully new adult on my own. She's been there, you know, to accept Jason and to love him. And I even mentioned before that I feel like maybe she loved him more than she loved me. She's been there through so much, and it just hurts me. It hurts me to know that she's not with me right now. And I thank you guys on my Instagram page who have been encouraging me, letting me know, you know, just giving me your condolences in every way possible. I'm so grateful. Jason and I are torn about the passing of Twinkie, you know. In short, she died to heart failure, which is, I learned, is very common amongst Pomeranian dogs. Pomeranian dogs are born with like, not, I wouldn't say broken, but their heart valve is just a little off, and so it's a common cause of death for Pomeranian dogs. However, they are able to live up until 15 years of age, and Twinkie lived until 14 years of age. What gives me comfort is knowing that I told her every day that I love her, and I still do. I still love her. I told her every day. I made sure she knew she was loved, even to the point of her like running away from my love, because I just love her so much. Probably more than the average person would actually love a pet. I was kind of obsessive. Not to the point of making my dog an idol, but I just love her, you know, and I believe that, you know, God allowed me to be her caregiver, and Jason as well, and I never knew Jason to actually grieve over a dog, and even he said that he didn't even know he had that ability to cry over a puppy before he met Twinkie. Twinkie changed so many lives just by being who she was. You know, she's brought so many smiles to you guys, smiles on the road when I would walk her. You know, she really allowed me to meet people and to kind of break the ice, because when people see you walking a cute dog, they're more open to meeting you. She's just so much right now, and I just, it's just so much I want to say, and then I turn on the camera and I forget it. She has taught me how to expand my love, expand my heart. She really truly has expanded my heart. Like I now know that I can love someone else so big, so huge, on another scale. She expanded my heart so much. She's my companion, you know. Jason works outside the home, and I haven't yet started my full-time job outside the home as yet. So right now, you know, she and I would be in the office, and she loves the office, and I always see her, you know, on the other side of the camera, just smiling and giving me that encouraging, just her presence. I never was quite, I guess now that I think about it, I never was quite by myself since I moved out of my mom's house, because I always had her and Ginger. You know, when Ginger passed, that hurt me so much, but it kind of comforted me to know that I had, you know, Twinkie. But now that Twinkie's gone, of course I still have Jason, you know, I have my family, but I'm home by myself a lot, and it's just teaching me how to trust and rely on God more than ever before, to be my companion. He's my Lord and Savior. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, and he's, you know, he's everything, but he's also my companion, so I don't have to feel like I am alone. Twinkie, there's just so much I could say about her, and it really hurt me that I have to even make this video. It made me so nervous before turning on this video, because I know a lot of you guys love seeing Twinkie. So it's like every time I talk about Twinkie, like, oh, you know, when my friends would call me and ask me, you know, ask me what's going on, I always felt kind of dreadful, because I had to revisit those painful memories. And I've been revisiting it. One thing I know about pain is if you shove it away, you will never get through it. So every time I think about Twinkie, I lean in on that pain, and I cry, and I allow myself to think through the memories and look at the pictures and the videos. I allow myself to think, you know, about everything that concerned her, and also not allow myself to sink in a pit of depression, but to remember that you know what, God gave me her, and ultimately she's his, you know. So I allow myself to lean in on that, and this is just another opportunity for me to lean into that pain once again. And I was just really scared to even to put up this video, but I know that I needed to. I needed to fully share this with my family, even though it is like news that I really wish that I did not have to ever bring. I wish Twinkie could live forever, you know. Last night I had my second dream of her. The first dream I had, I believe I cried myself to sleep. You know, Jason was comforting me, and I ended up falling asleep as I was crying. And I was just thinking, you know, God, just give me a sign that she's doing fine, she's well. And I had a dream that I was actually looking at Jason and I as we were sleeping, and Twinkie's big face and smile was like panting and looking over us. So I believe that's, you know, that's a sign that she's fine, she's doing great. Second dream was this morning when, you know, it was such a beautiful dream. I never want to forget this. That you know, I was in some forest, and I guess I was, you know, watching Twinkie, and I saw her like being like she's, you know, in her natural habitat in the wild. She was jumping in the water and diving in like a dolphin, and coming up and playing with the different animals in the area. And then she got out the water, and on the other side of the water was Ginger, my first dog. And, you know, she didn't look like she was sad, and she saw me. She didn't look like she exactly wanted to come to me. She was in her natural habitat. I even she at one point she ran into the water, and I was so nervous because I was like, oh my gosh, where is she? And then shortly after, her little head popped up and she was swimming. And I've never brought her swimming at all because I was always so afraid that, you know, she would, you know, drown or something like that. It's just something I never something that I never thought to do at all. And she was swimming, she was fine, she was happy in her most natural habitat. So I believe that she is in puppy heaven. Nobody can tell me different, okay? She's got so much soul that there's absolutely no way that she is just finished at all, you know? And as much as I can possibly celebrate her life, I sure will. I will remember her. I will talk to you guys about her as much as I can. I don't want her memory to just die out, you know? So it was just great. You know, I woke up feeling really great about that. Just seeing her so happy and in her most natural, I've never seen her like that. So like, you know, she's energetic, but she was just so energetic, like running around and jumping in water and playing with animals. It was just amazing to see her like that. So yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys. That's the first update. And I thank you in advance for your love and your support. You know, I thank you guys that have shared your condolences on Instagram. It's hard for me to go on there and look at the comments because it also brings me to having to revisit. But just know I'm seeing every single one of your comments, and I love you so much. Your words of comfort are so important to me, and they really help me to get through this hard time. Okay, so update number 2, which is a great update. We moved. So yes, on top of Twinkie passing, we were already preparing to move. It was a whole lot going on, you know. It was a whole lot. We actually I think I told you guys before, but we were planning on moving, and we actually had to hurry up and find a place. Thankfully, we found this place. I've already set up. I set this room up yesterday. We've moved in about a few days ago, and yeah, we moved. So we are now we're still in Connecticut. Listen, I love New York, but I do not have the desire to go move back there at all, honestly. But we are in Connecticut. We're in a different city, so actually we're like 30-45 minutes away from where we used to live. and it's a beautiful area. Our neighbors are so friendly and sweet. One neighbor actually came across the street because when we first moved here, we still had some of Twinkie's food. We didn't want to just throw it away, you know, some of her food and her favorite treats that she left. So we realized that there are so many dogs in this area, and so I saw this kid across the street with a dog. So Jason was like, you know what, maybe you should go ask him if he would like it. So I brought the stuff over and I said, hey, you know, introducing myself to him and letting him know, hey, you know, you can take this. This is our dogs. If you need treats or food, here it is. You know, so I was a little nervous that, you know, he wouldn't, well, he would go back inside and tell his family and they wouldn't exactly, you know, receive it well, but they did. Minutes later, they came across the street and greeted us with a warm meal that they fixed and just invited us to the block. So many people have come as we're unloading the truck to say hello and to truly, you know, bring us into the community. Right now I'm watching a neighbor and her son. Her son has like a little scooter car. So sweet. I love this neighborhood. I will, I guess, sometime show you guys this home whenever it's actually somewhat put together. I have actually started a vlog on the moving process, which I will post on my other channel, Boss From Home, if you want to check that out. I will have that up soon. Yeah, the neighborhood is beautiful. It's not as like urban, which is cool. You know, it's very much suburban, and I love that. We have a park. We have different parks in the area, and so many different things going on. My family helped us to move here, and you know, it was just a real blessing how things really turned out, because I was starting to stress out a little before we moved. But thankfully, everything worked out well, and God has really been showing me how faithful He is throughout this whole process, and how much I am so prone to, I'm like control freak. I think I mentioned this before, and I think I mentioned that's why I got locks, because I'm a control freak, and I like to know, I like to have control over the things that I am doing. And so, you know, when God is like coming through at the last moment, I'm looking at my planner like, God, like, when are we gonna come through? Because we need to do X, Y, and Z. I'm giving him the to-do list, the goals, and the due dates, and he's showing me, you know, Desiree, let go and let God, in short. So not to say that I've overcome that, but it's scary. You know, it was like a whole roller coaster ride, you know, and then when you mix in the passing of Twinkie, it's just, it was hard. But I can see how it was a necessary change for us to move, because that, you know, our last home, it was such a wonderful home, to be honest. I'm so grateful to have lived there. However, it just had so many memories attached that I had to reconcile as we packed and moved. I allowed myself to walk through each and every empty, you know, room as we were pretty much done packing and moving out. I walked through every room and I allowed myself to speak out loud the memories that we had with Twinkie in that home. Every single room, you know. And I allowed myself to sit and think about things and reconcile, you know, and just thank God for allowing us to be there, so that when we move forward, it's not where I'm bringing, you know, like resentment or anything negative from the past. I still carry Twinkie's memory in my heart, and it, you know, every time Jason and I would come home, you know, to the last place, it crushed my soul, because I knew that Twinkie was always there. Like, whenever we come home, she was just so excited to see us. I would, as you can probably hear, like the dogs barking outside. She would just rush to see us. Like, she was so excited when we came home. And just to come home to an empty house, and you know, I can't say it's an empty house, but just to come home and not see her sitting right there anticipating, it just crushed my heart so much. And you know, to be honest, moving here, the first day that we moved here, I was still a little unsettled until I started to unpack and just allow myself, once again, moments throughout the day to grieve and cry. And getting those dreams, I believe God was trying to comfort me, you know. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. So he knows that in my dreams, I'm very expressive. He gave me a great imagination, and even if it's through just my imagination, I'm grateful that he helped me to kind of reconcile and just know that Twinkie is doing better. Because he's in his hands. God created Twinkie, and he took her back, his angel. You know, she was our angel to take care of for some time, but now he's taking good care of her. He is the master creator, and he loves her much more than Jason and I and my family could possibly love. Even though I feel like I can love her more than anyone else, she's with someone who created her and loves her, knows every hair on her body, you know. So yeah, we moved here, and I'm still unpacking. I have completed the bathroom, somewhat completed the living room, and completed this room. So now, oh, and the kitchen as well. So now I am working on Jason and I's room, which has so much. We have so many clothes, shoes, accessories. Well, I have more of that. And this is just I guess symbolic of a fresh new start, which we're now able to embark on. I love our last home, but it was a little out of our budget and did not help us to effectively save the way that we want to, because we do have plans to purchase a home. And you know, paying a high rent is just not going to help us get to that, you know, goal. So we had to just think over some things and make some tough decisions. So this is our fresh new start. I am coming back here. I'm just trying to kind of sort through some things. So yeah, another update, and you guys have been experiencing this as well. It's just something that's just taking over, and it hurts so bad. It hurts so bad because, oh, another update. You know, just all that's going on in this world right now with the passing of George Floyd, and just all of these black men and women that are perishing because of police brutality and just injustice. It hurts my heart to the core that as a country we still have not reconciled some things, and because of that we're repeating the same patterns over and over again. People are perishing because of that, you know. So yesterday was the blackout day, and it just felt, I allowed myself, because I'm always I try to be positive and put myself in a positive light, because I know I am an empath to the fullest extent of being empathetic. And I know that other people's pain hurts me as if I'm going through that same pain with them. And I guess with the passing of Twinkie, because I haven't had any family members that passed that were very, very close to me, I understand, or not quite, because you know, Twinkie is not a human, but I understand grieving, and it just made me more in tune with what's going on, with just thinking about, you know, mothers who are grieving their sons passing. And this is just something that no one has seen, no one has had to actually think of, you know. I'm grieving for mothers and sisters and wives, because me myself, I pray all day for Jason when he goes to work, because he is a black man. And on the outside he may look intimidating, but he is such a large teddy bear, you have no clue unless you truly get to know him. So it just hurts me, because George Floyd could have been my brothers, my uncles, my own father, my husband, my friend. You know, it hurts me so much. So yesterday I put myself in the position of watching all of the hurtful videos that I tried so hard not to watch, because I know myself and how those type of images wreck my day. I watched most of them, and I listened to the calls, and it just broke my heart even more, to the point where I just cried out to God, you know. And I know you guys are going through and processing all of this in different ways as well. But I did listen to, and she's here on YouTube as well. She also has a podcast. Her name is Brittany the host, aka Brittany Daniel. I believe that's her name here on YouTube. She did an Instagram live where she spoke about the best thing that we can do is be informed with who we are putting into office, with our primary votes and with the presidential votes, so that we can have full, well, not full control, because we still, even if you do your research, we still don't know the extent of, you know, other people's hearts. But the best thing that we can do is educate ourselves on who we are putting into power, because right now it's a power struggle. You know, we see that cops, police, you know, a lot of cops, I can't say a lot, but we see the example of cops using their authority for evil. And we see state officials and government officials passing a blind eye to a lot of the protests and the riots that are going on right now. And it's because of people in power that do not fully understand the experience that, you know, we as Black people are experiencing, and just the importance of this time, because they don't know what it's like to live the way that we live in this country. So it just brought things back to perspective that we need to vote. So I am begging you guys, imploring you to find out if you are able to vote. If you are 18 or over, you are able to, I think, able to vote. The first time I voted was when I was 19, so yes. Find out if you are registered to vote, and if you are not, in some states you still have some time to register. Me myself, I know I have to register to vote out here in Connecticut, because last time I voted was in New York, and I certainly don't want to make that long drive to New York just to vote. So I have to send in some information so that I can vote out here, because our primary votes are in August. But she mentioned that it's a good practice to print out your state's ballot, like just an example of the ballot, and look through the names of the people on that ballot and do some research. You know, Google these people, look on their social media feeds, and see if they represent what you wholeheartedly believe in your heart is very important to your livelihood, to your generation, to your future generation, your children, the men in your life. Like, look at their social medias, look, you know, Google these people and see what they, you know, who they represent, what they represent. And yeah, look at them, familiarize yourself, so that when you go to the polls, you are not trying to like rediscover things, but you already have in your heart who you're voting for, and you have the knowledge to vote for that person. And that just brings me back to what can we do. So I'm going to list some resources down in the description box, showing you some ways that you can support what's going on right now. Even if you have not made a protest, you know, you haven't gone to any protests, you're not able to, maybe, there are ways that you can support what's going on right now and actually bring a change through your voice. So I'm going to, you know, give some recommendations down below. Me myself, I did something I've never done before. I have signed a petition for Maud, the young boy that also was killed. But I never called in on behalf of an individual until George Floyd, and it was just really unreal. It really helped me to become more in touch with what's going on, as I had to explain on voicemail because I wasn't getting anyone to answer their phone, but actually voice who I am, who I represent, and what I am asking. It it broke a part of my heart because no one answered, and it just broke my heart that I even have to do that. But whatever you can do is very helpful. So I tried my best to call as many different officials and voice my stance on what's going on, and so forth. So even if you know, you can do that, and you can do so many different things to support the cause, what's going on right now. Whether you are white, black, Latino, Latina, you know, whatever you are, you can still support what's going on just by doing what what I'll state down below, and I'll include a lot of the links so that it'll be easier for you to just go ahead and do what you need to do to support. Nazi Curl Club. So the box is coming up actually in another few weeks. In another week or two, I will be sending them out. I want you to know that every box sale, you will be donating towards a fundraiser for what's going on right now. So as I'm talking right now, I don't yet know which one that we will be submitting our funds to, but I will, I guess in editing, I will go ahead and put it down on the screen. So just know that every purchase of your subscription box for the Nazi Curl Club, which is a subscription box for women with locks, and it's for lifestyle, hair, beauty, self-care, every purchase you make is going towards a fundraiser for change for our community. So just know your money is not just, you know, blowing in the wind. It's actually going towards a cause that will help us to voice our voice who we are, put a voice out there to help towards change within our Black community, because anything we can do right now would be helpful, and it's even better to support a Black-owned business right now. So just know that the Nazi Curl Club supports Black businesses. A lot of the products that we put in these boxes are Black-owned businesses and women entrepreneurs. So your dollars are going towards a Black-owned business and also towards a fundraiser to help Black voices get heard during this time. So battery is actually going off. Thank you guys for just listening to me rant. If you've gotten this far, let me know how you are dealing with the times right now, and what are some things that you've been doing to create change within your life. How are you doing? Because I mean, we've gone through so much this year, from the pandemic to protests and riots, and even certain things in our personal life. Like, there's so much going on. So if you feel comfortable, share maybe a little bit of what you might be going through and how you are overcoming, just to encourage someone else that's watching this video. I love you guys so much. I always say that, but I truly do mean it. You are a part of the family, and you are so important to me. You are so important to the club, the Nazi Curl Club, and your well-being is very much my priority. So let us know how you're doing. I hope that you are doing well, and that your families are doing well, and that you are staying safe. And I just want you to be encouraged during this time, even though I don't even have the words to kind of put together to you know, I don't know the words to say right now, but just know that I'm praying for you. And if you need prayer, let us know down below, and I will put you on my prayer list. Keep us in prayer, my family in prayer, as we are getting through this tough time, you know, with Twinkie passing and just everything going on in this world. Thank you for watching. I love you guys, and I have material coming up, but I knew that I just could not come back on here and just like business as usual, because there's so much going on in this world right now, and what you guys truly need is encouragement and empowerment, you know, right now. So let me know what I can do to further help you guys, what video ideas you might want me to put out there. I do have some hair stuff coming up. You know, I'm always talking about hair on here, but I also have a different channel, which is more of a vlog channel, Boss from Home, where I show you guys how I am a business owner from home and a new wife. So you'll be seeing my moving vlog on there. And if you are interested in my life, you can join me on there, because I'll be posting more vlogs and stuff like that. But yeah, I know I never like to end a video. I never even know how to, but I love you guys. I hope that you are encouraged just watching this video and just hearing me and maybe some of the things that I've been going through, just to know that you're not alone. And you know what? Let's just do a group hug right now, because we need it. Give me a hug. Give me. I love you, and I hope that you have a great day. Later. Bye.